Another enjoyable and admirable Indian drama film by Nitin Bose, Jiban Maran from 1938. Translates into English as Life and Death. The film is in the Bengali language. It was remade a year later, also directed by Nitin Bose, as a Hindi language film as the title Dushman. The film stars the famous Kale Saigal and the female lead is Leela Desai. I found Leela Desai extremely enjoyable and very, very watchable in the film. Extraordinarily charming. I was very moved and my heart melted. I'll be real. A plot synopsis submitted to IMDb by one S. Basu reads: a famous radio singer, Mohan Saigal, is in love with Geeta, Leela Desai. When he goes to his friend a doctor, TB specialist, TB tuberculosis, Bijo Banu, for a checkup, he is found to be in an advanced stage of tuberculosis. Meanwhile, Leela's dominant mother and aunt, Nibhanani and Manorama, had been against the poor Mohan and had set their eyes on the same Dr. Bijo, the son of a family friend. When Mohan comes to know of it, and also his sickness, he decides to walk away from them. He's intercepted by a doctor who ran a sanatorium for TB patients with some new method of treatment. Geeta couldn't forget Mohan and waited, but in the end she had to relent. Then it was known that Mohan was alive and cured. What would now Bijo and Geeta do? Their wedding was the next day, and they have to go ahead with it. The honour of both the families were at stake. Mohan, too aware of his being exposed, disappears from the sanatorium and is untraceable. IndianCine.ma's synopsis is quite similar. Mohan Saigal, a radio singer, and Kedar Najim, Bijoy in the Bengali version, played by Banu Bandyopadhyay, a doctor, both love Geeta Desai. Mohan falls ill and makes way for Kedar, who eventually marries Geeta. After wandering in a delirium, Mohan is admitted to a sanatorium where he is cured of TB. He is then employed at the same institution. In a campaign to set up more sanatoria, Mohan agrees to sing on the radio the film's hit song, Panki Aj Kon Kafa Koi, to raise funds while Kedar persuades Geeta to give a dance recital. Geeta hears Mohan's broadcast and rushes to him, followed by Kedar. To heighten the emotions for the climax of the story, Geeta has a bad accident and is admitted to the very sanatorium where Mohan works. The film does have a very happy ending, however. If you do not want to hear the very end of this film, leave now. Well, Mohan and Geeta get married, all is very happy and well. A film that makes you feel triumphant and happy and good. In some ways typical romance, but very eloquent, very poised, and extremely passionate. The telling is grand and the players are very charismatic. I found it a rich opportunity for screen caps, and it was a very pleasant start to my morning. Nitin Bose was an accomplished cinematographer prior to his having worked as a film director, and I think the photography in this film is outstanding. Obviously, I would like to give credit, however, to he shot this film as well as directing it. Very interesting. Yeah, you made a note from the screen caps. I tried to illustrate it. Some of the photography, particularly the very deliberated lighting of it's black and white photography obviously, but the sequence toward the end of the film around the staircases, that's fantastic. And I think it's interesting how you can only imagine like if you were there if you were actually there when they were making the film on set. Everything was in colour for you. How garish would these lights have been? You can only imagine. We've had to wear sunglasses, surely.